All right, welcome back, guys. Welcome back to Let Me Fucking Talk. I'm your host, as always, Lynn Lopez. And of course, we got Aldo behind the cameras. You already know. But today, I have a very special guest, and I'm very excited. She is a very close personal friend, producer, amazing DJ, and just overall good person. But, guys, this is Mariah, a.k.a. Pvndora. And so, welcome. Woo!
What's up?
Fake claps in the background. We also have her girl T back here too, but y'all don't really see her. But she's our audience for today. But what's up, dude? How have you been?
I'm alright. You know, a little hungover, but
I know, like, for those watching the YouTube version, you'll probably see, like, Pedialyte here in red cups. And I'm gonna be straight up, we have mimosas in here. So cheers, everyone at home.
Cheers.
Drinking your coffee, a mimosa, a beer, whatever you got going on. Cheers.
Cheers.
And yes, we do have them in red cups. I didn't really think about it, and that's all we had.
Yeah, whatever. We're gonna drink it anyways.
It's all going to the same place, okay? And honestly, I'm really excited because we've had this talk trying to make this happen for like a minute. And I feel very, very happy that we could make it happen.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Dude, of course.
I was super nervous, but like super excited also. I'm like,
I know. Honestly, we've known each other for since like 2017, huh?
yeah.
It's so funny because I've said this before in my pods that a lot of my core group of friends that I trust with my whole life and that, like, you know, ride or die, I met like 5 years ago. Like, if it wasn't for Sabrina and Nessa and like you guys and just like the chat that we got pulled into, I don't think I would have been where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, a lot of people that watch on here, they've known me for a long time too, but the people that don't know me that for that long, I used to be really into raving. Still am, but I don't rave as much as I used to. But dude, we were EDM as fuck.
Fuck yeah. Shit. That's just like, it just seems like it was so long ago. I'm like, oh my god, we've been friends for this long. Like, we've just had so many memories.
Yeah, dude, and it's been a lot of fun. So kind of getting into how we met. It's really funny, bro. I say this all the time. When you grow up and you watch those after school specials and they tell you, oh, don't make friends on the internet, don't talk to strangers on the internet, you're gonna get kidnapped. Well, funny story is that I met all these guys like through the internet technically. I think on Twitter it was the first chat.
Yeah.
And then after that I got added into this random ass fucking text iMessage group chat with all these fucking people, and it's kind of like that Patrick meme where it's like, who are all these people?
Literally, like, how the fuck? I don't even know who the fuck added me in there.
Honestly, I don't remember who added me either.
Oh, that one girl.
I know who you're talking about, but she didn't add me. I think Axel or Marie added me.
Yeah,
one of them.
So. I think it was Axel.
Yeah, damn, what a time, bro.
I know,
but
shit.
Yeah, and then funny enough, the first time we actually all met in, again, after school specials, they tell you not to get in cars with strangers. What did I do? I got in a fucking car with a bunch of strangers that I didn't know. Because we all wanted to meet. So our whole plan was to hang out for Escape. Those that don't know, it's a Halloween rave. And that was our plan, but we all wanted to meet beforehand, and we were all going to meet and do a bonfire in Newport. So we got a hotel for like the night before, like some of us, and then the rest of us were going to go meet all our other friends for the rest of the weekend for Escape. So we all met in Newport. So I got in a car with all these people that I hadn't even met. That was the first time I met them all in person.
Who drove you?
Roro.
Oh, fuck.
Dude, and that motherfucker's fucking crazy. Dude, I got in the car and I instantly started questioning my life choices because he was trying to be funny. So he was just like trying to drive with his fucking feet and all this shit. And I was like,
I can't with that fool.
What'd I do? What'd I get myself into?
Yeah, I would have been hella scared if I were you. Shit.
Dude, I know.
I got in the car with Jay.
Oh, should I really?
Yeah, but, like, Jay. It was just me and him, like, pulling up to my house. Like, bye, Mom. She's like, who you going with? Oh, some guy. Like, he's in my group chat. Like, it's cool.
It's like, yeah, you played off like, yeah, we've been friends, bro. Like, you know, we've known him for the longest. In reality, we only, like, met each other, like, through text 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yes. Yeah, so, guys, maybe don't get in cars with strangers, or
no, do look.
I mean, it depends. Just like, you know, kind of suss it out first, but just be careful.
We do it every day, getting an Uber.
This is true.
That is true.
Yeah, but you know, I got lucky for the most part. Like the core group of friends that we've had. Don't get me wrong. Like, there's been some people in the group that have like trickled out, and you know,
Yeah.
No ill will, just, life sometimes.
Yep.
But I like that we've stayed pretty close, and, Mariah's always been the type of person who supported me from day one. And I've tried to support you as much as I can, too. Especially, for those that don't know, obviously, let's get into kind of who Mariah is. But you're a producer and a DJ under Pvndora. Amazing, by the way.
Thanks.
Mainly house,
Yes.
right?
House.
Yeah. What house? What got you into house?
I think it's just, like, when I was younger, my family, like, everybody around me, like, everybody was super into, like, 80s freestyle.
Oh, that's tight.
Like, just oldies. So I always just, like that. Like, I just loved a good melody. Like, I love something that I can just dance to. But I just, ever since I was literally, like, little, I just loved music. Just in general. I've had, like, just different phases. Like, I was, like, super into, like, Broadway, and, like, I wanted to, like, sing for a while, but I suck. Like,
I think every kid at some point was like, bro, I'm gonna be a rock star.
Like, dead ass. I was like, I want to sing, like, I want to do Broadway. Like, I was super into the show Glee, which is fucking cringe. Super into all
Dude,
that.
I think everyone low-key, not everyone, but I feel like a good amount of people like watched Glee on the low. So I don't
that
think
shit was fire.
because especially now, because everyone's like, oh, the Glee untold stories, like all the behind the scenes stuff has been coming up, and I've seen so many people interested in it.
Yeah.
And I found out a lot more people watched it than I thought.
Yeah, no, it was like there was like hardcore fans. That was me, like dead ass. But like I've just always been super into music. But my uncle that I was super close with, he was the first one that actually like introduced me to EDM. He lived in Chicago, so
That's tight.
he DJ'd like, but it was more of like a top 40, like weddings, stuff like that. But he would always show me like videos of like just the rave scene in Chicago. I'm like, oh, this shit's cool.
Oh yeah, dude, because
It's next level over there.
anyone that knows house music knows that Chicago is such a prominent place for house music.
Yeah.
Even when I went to some random ass bar with Nessa, and at first they were playing like house music, and I was like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
And it was tight. I was just like, damn, they really just be playing house music anywhere. And then later they switched it to some really good like R&B music, and I was like, oh, it's such a vibe here. I already love this place already.
My fave. Yeah, but he like got me into all of that. So then I was like, dude, like I need to watch more like videos like this. So I started watching YouTube, and then like my cousin and I were always just like finding sets and songs, and then I came across the duo Cruella.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that when I was like, oh my god, like girls, like they were the first like female DJs that I've seen, and yeah, it was game over after that. I became like a super like big fan of theirs, and then like I just kept watching videos, and then my cousin was like, let's be a duo. Like, okay, let's do it. It was just like a joke at first, and then we're like, what do we want to name ourselves? Like, what's cool? And so I was Pvndora, he was Paradox.
Oh, that's tight, actually.
Yeah, right? I'm like, that's so fire. Like,
Yeah, that's fire.
it was just like a good idea, but he didn't really like take it as serious as I did.
Yeah.
But we were super into it, and I was like, oh my god, like let's start like asking our parents to buy us stuff. Like we had like a little like light that like it was like USB, like a USB port you put in your laptop, it like lights up. And we're like, yes, like let's learn how to do this. And so we got like a little like mini controller. It was like this small. Didn't even know how to make. Didn't even know what we're dead ass like playing the whole ass song through. We're like, yeah, in our rooms, like. But
y'all thought you were doing something there.
no, dead ass. Like the whole song's playing through, and we're like, this is a jam.
That's
but
so funny.
we literally didn't even know what we were doing, and yeah, but it was just me getting introduced by my uncle. Like that was just when it was game over. I was like, I gotta do this. I gotta do this. I gotta take the steps to learn all that. And it took a minute. Like, I didn't really take it seriously until I was like 18.
Okay.
Because, I mean, there's not much that you can do until you're 18. You can't play you can't play clubs, you can't play a lot of venues or anything like that if you're not 18. So that's when I started taking it super serious.
Was it producing or DJing that came first?
DJing.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't start producing until like 2019.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah.
Damn, I thought this whole time that you were doing both. What made you want to like also get into just producing too?
I had always wanted to do it and like just kind of like be a little bit different. Like I was like, I have like all these ideas. I know that I can totally come up with something that's like people have never heard. It's just getting my sound to that point.
Yeah.
But I just never like made the time for it. Even though like a lot of like my artist like homies were like, a DJ is cool, but like people are gonna want to start hearing like what you can do. And I was like, yeah, you're right. So in 2019, when I did get sick, that's when I had so much time. So I was like, let me learn how to produce while I have all this free time. And it just ended up working out.
That's actually crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Especially because, like, okay, so we'll get into a little bit more about you being sick, but can you explain, like, what kind of sickness was it?
So I had Hodgkin's lymphoma. The end of 2018, I was, like, diagnosed with stage 2, almost stage 3, but we caught it in time. Yeah, it was super crazy. Yeah,
it was, like, in the midst of us, like, knowing each other, too.
Literally. It just started feeling super bad and would have terrible chest pain, like super, super bad. I thought I was having a whole ass heart attack. Like every couple of days, I'm like, this is not right. Like
something feels off.
My left arm would go like numb, which is like one of the, what is it? Like not a symptom, but it's a sign of a heart attack.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just like I was having all these like, you know, things happening to me that were literally signs of a heart attack. So I was like freaking out. And I would go to the doctor, I would go to the ER, emergency, like urgent care, like all of that. And they just totally just were beating around the bush. They kind of just were basically saying like, we're doing like an EKG, like your heart seems fine. Like it's not that, like go home.
Yeah.
Are you stressed? Do you have anxiety? Something like that. And I'm like, no, I know myself. Like something's totally like not right. And then I had told my uncle, who I'm super grateful for, because he actually works with Kaiser, and he was like, how are you feeling? Like, what's going on? So I told him, and he actually, like, he was like, you know what? Like, I know people, and, like, that can possibly give you some answers. Like, let's see what we could do. So I had, like, I forgot exactly what it was called, but it was, like, basically, like, a bypass. It was they basically, like, took a piece of, like, my tissue and, like, they ran a test of some sort. And basically the preliminary results were that it was like cancer, but because sorry, I forgot to say I had a mass in my chest. Okay. So they finally found that out. There was a mass in my chest,
and that's what was causing for you to feel like you were having a heart attack.
Yeah, so this huge mass the size of a softball in the center of my chest, and then that's when they did the bypass, and they were like, we have to figure out if it's cancerous or if it's something that we could just remove. So after that bypass, they said it's most likely going to be the cancer, but, you know, we're fingers crossed, hopefully it's not. And then literally a couple days later, they're like, it's cancerous. Like, we're going to take this, like, we're going to get you, like, hooked up with, like, the best of the best in your area, which I got super lucky. I had a really good oncologist. He was super patient with me. But I was like, what? Like, it's just so...
Yeah, dude, because you're so young, too.
Yes, I'm like... Yeah,
like 19.
Yeah, and I'm like, what? You know, it's for a while was so draining to just like think about, you know, did I do something?
Yeah.
Was I exposed to something? Like, how can this happen?
Kind of just questioning the world, the universe.
So I was like, I did something. My mom's like, no, like, it was super unfortunate. Like, it just, there's nothing that you could have done differently.
Yeah.
Like, it just happened.
I mean, on the brighter side of that is that, you know, I know a lot of people where, see, with medical people, it's kind of hard sometimes because for them, they're very, like, black and white. It's like, it's either this or that. And it's like, you have to really advocate for yourself sometimes. And some people sometimes don't have that strength to. And there's also some people who, dude, honestly, I'm the worst because, like, I'll be, like... feeling certain things, and I'm like, no. I'm the type where I'm like, I'll only go to the doctor when it's the last resort. I'm terrible. I need to get better about that.
Yeah. No.
But, like, for you, like, you knew that your body did not feel right, and you're just like, no, something's wrong, and you advocated for yourself, and you pushed it, and shout out your uncle who, like, really pushed it even more, and it's like, nah, dude, we're gonna figure it out. because this isn't normal, and it's like these doctors aren't listening, and it happens more often than people think. Like, doctors sometimes just don't listen, and it's very unfortunate because I think also, this is my thinking, but like with doctors, because they spend so much time like learning and studying, they miss a lot of opportunity to learn social cues.
Exactly.
And I get it too, because like to be a doctor, you kind of have to remove the emotional side of it, or else you'd be getting attached to all these patients. But I think it's amazing that, you know, you advocated for yourself, you spoke out for yourself, you had people who were in your corner who were listening as well, and like your uncle was like, I mean, pretty much like your uncle in a way also helped save your life in that way.
Literally, because I always think to myself, like, damn, if he did not, you know,
take you seriously
and like say something, I still would probably be going through like chemo.
Yeah.
Like barely like finishing up.
Yeah, no, that's fucking crazy.
Everything was just super fast.
No, because it really was pretty fast. Because, like, I remember you finally told us, and then we were just like, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then you were just going through the treatments, and then thankfully everything kind of just, like, settled.
Yeah.
But back to, like, the music, is that I think that's amazing that in that kind of darkness and, like, sad times, you found a way to kind of, like, give yourself a reason to, like, stay active.
Yeah, that's what I definitely think that me getting this sickness, which is like super just unfortunate and just sucked, I wouldn't change it for sure. Like, I mean, obviously, like, I don't wish it on anyone. I don't want to go through it again, but I definitely can say that if I didn't get sick, I just don't really think that I would be where I am right now.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy, though, that sometimes, like, in your, like, worst times, it brings, like, the most blessings, too? Because that's happened to me, too, where I've gone through some, like, really shitty moments, but when I get to the other side of it, I have, like, so many blessings coming my way. And that's why, like I've said before, life has balance in that way. You'll have, like, really shitty lows, but it also helps you appreciate, like, the best, like, highs.
Yeah. I can definitely agree with that. Like, I was like, you know what? I have all this time. I literally could not do anything. I couldn't even go outside for a bit just because just everything was so sensitive. Like, I can literally, if I was in the sun for too long, like, I can get spots on my skin.
Really?
Yeah, which I still have this on my hand. Like, just things like that. Like, I literally never even went outside. Like, I was just constantly Ubering, like, Uber Eats. Like, I was just ordering food all the time. Like, I was just home. So I'm like, you know, I have all this free time. Like, why not? Just do it. And then, like, I got Ableton, and I was like, let me teach myself some things. Even though, like, my memory was, like, it's still pretty, like, sometimes. Just, and I really am, like, a strong believer that I did have something to do with, like, the treatments that I was going through.
Yeah, because those are some intense treatments.
Yeah, it was a lot on my body, but I did have, you know, like, just a really good support system. Like, everybody on my side, like, this, like, amazing person, my girlfriend, who stayed by my side, my mom, like, literally, I'm like, you literally saw me at my worst, and you stuck by my side, so you're definitely gonna be with me forever. Like,
yeah, bro,
because it was so hard. Like, sometimes I was like, damn, like, I don't even want people to see me like this. It's so depressing, you know?
Yeah. But also, like I said, there was nothing really you could do about it. Shit just happens, unfortunately, but at least you were able to find blessings in that and, like, silver linings in that. And even, like, all of us, like, when we found out everything that happened, through all of that, you stayed pretty strong, even, like, when you would talk to us. So I was always amazed by, like, your strength and how well you were doing. Because, like I said, dude, you were so young. You were 19. And that's, like, a hard time. Because that's a time where you're really trying to, like, figure out who you are as a person. Like, you're entering adulthood. So on top of that, to deal with, like, cancer and all that stuff, like, that's fucking wild.
Yeah, I try to keep that mindset, like, you know, I don't want to be, like, I don't want to come to someone's house and they're just like, oh, how are you? Like, I don't, like, just act cool. Like,
I think that's why, like, our friend group that we were kicking it with at the time was pretty good about that. We're just like, dude, we're just gonna act like, you know, things are still normal, because we're still normal.
Yeah.
Like, we were still gonna talk about, like, all these fucking artists and all the raves and all that shit, and like, because we knew at the end of the day, like, you were gonna be fine. We had faith. Like, we're like, nah, dude, if anyone's gonna do great is Mariah, and we're gonna still kick it, bro. And then out in the end, we're gonna still be there, like, drinking and partying and all that shit. But it's been cool because, like, even, like I said, even despite like all the party shit, we've stayed pretty good friends.
Yeah.
And like I've watched you grow a lot, and it's been cool seeing you develop like even your own sound. And it's been nice seeing you get back into it too.
Yeah, it was just so much. Like, it was like me, going into remission, and then literally COVID came.
Oh, I know. What a bitch.
And so then I was super stressed with that because, like, I didn't know, like, how serious it could get. I'm like, my immune system's still compromised. Like, I could totally get sick again, like, with just this COVID. Like, it could be really bad on my body. So I was like, oh, my God. It was just so much mentally. And I just was like, I'm just going to take some time to just really just enjoy the people around me. Like last year was just totally, my focus was music, but my family and like my friends, I was like, I just got to put that first for a second. Like I just totally viewed the world differently. After being sick, I was like, I can't take anything for granted anymore.
No, yeah. I feel like everyone had that kind of realization with COVID too. But I feel like you especially, because you went through cancer and then COVID happened, it kind of really kind of shook you up.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people took a break from a lot of different things. Like they took a step back to kind of reevaluate like what was important to them and what they wanted to do and like what they wanted to focus on instead of just like doing the same shit over and over again. But it's been cool because now you're like back. I like your last mix was really dope.
Thank you.
Like everything that you're doing right now is pretty dope, and I'm excited for you.
Yeah, I have a few tracks that I'm like trying to finish, and I'm like super excited with that because even though I was taking a break, like I was still learning a lot, and I'm just really just trying to get to the point where I just can get my sound to exactly what I want and just different. So it's been cool to, learn more. I'm like, at the end of the day, it's not a race.
Yeah,
in my
no.
eyes, I'm like, it takes a minute to just blow up. Like I'm not trying to just blow up anyways. I'm like, I'm just trying to make connections for now. I'm trying to just teach myself everything, just get super comfortable with it all.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, if I have that mindset of it's a race, like I need to get to where like everybody else is.
It's like comparison is what is that thing? Comparison is like the thief of joy or something like that. I might be butchering that, but yeah, I feel like the minute you start comparing yourself to other people is the minute you like kind of start your downfall.
Yeah.
So it's good that you're kind of just getting back in that mindset where it's like, look, this is my lane and I'm gonna stay in it and I'm gonna focus on that. But kind of want you to explain like what Pvndora is, like the brand and like everything.
Okay, so I got the name. A family member said, because I was just a handful when I was growing up, and one of my family members was like, when you were born, it was like Pandora's box was open. I was like, what's that? Like, I had never even heard of that before. And so then I looked it up, and I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool. I'm like, it's not cool, but it is cool. Like, something about it, I just was, like, super drawn to, like, that, like, the actual, like, Greek mythology. Like, I started reading about it, was watching movies about it. Like, I just like the idea of it. So I was like, let me just name myself Pvndora. Like, let me give myself that name. It was just a joke at first, and then it just ended up being, like, such a good idea. But chaos is not bad all the time.
Yeah.
Like, chaos can be really good, like beautiful in some ways. So I'm just like, I love the idea of just chaos, but like a good type of chaos. That's why I don't like stick to just one subgenre of like house. That's why I like it all, but house is just like my love. So I'm like, I'm just gonna, whatever I come up with, like I don't want people to expect anything like a certain, she's gonna make a tech house, or she's gonna make bass house. Like
she just sticks with that.
I'm gonna play everything. And it's going to flow. It might be a mess, but it's going to sound good. It's going to sound good.
I think that's what's cool about house is that sometimes people try to think like, oh, house is just house. Like, nah, dude, there's so many different subgenres in house and there's so many different directions that you can go with it. Definitely. So it's not even just like so niche. It's very broad.
Yeah. But I have so many ideas, but I just have to like actually like figure out how I want to go about those ideas. But like just even like with the cover art, Eddie, he knows my
dog. I love Eddie.
He is like a genius when it comes to like just his work. I'm like, oh my God, you know exactly what I want. Like I want something trippy, but I want something like kind of like chaotic, but like just do whatever you want. Like I just totally give him like full control of it all, but he literally knows exactly what I want.
Yeah, it's cool because with Eddie, a lot of the time when I need something, I'll give him an idea of what I kind of want, and like he'll always put his like kind of twist on it, and I always end up loving it more. So I love Eddie. He's the best when it comes to that.
Yeah, but I have a lot of, like I said, ideas, and I'm finally being able to, you know, do all of that and getting my sound to what I want it to. So I'm super excited for everybody to hear like these new tracks. It's definitely different than what I've made it previously. So it'll be a change for sure.
That's good though.
Yeah.
As for like shows and stuff, do you see yourself trying to get more shows soon?
Yeah, I've been contacted a lot lately.
Oh, dude, that's good.
I actually have a show on the 18th, which I was waiting to tell you about. So March 18th.
Exclusive.
In the OC. Yeah, I'm super excited. I've never played or even been to this venue. It totally worked out, and so I'm super, super excited.
Dude, that's fucking tight.
Yeah, I'm super excited because the last show that I played was on a Thursday, so it was a little bit harder for people to come out.
Yeah, even for me at the time, I couldn't.
Yeah, and it was in the OC, and like all my homies kind of just like spread out.
Yeah.
So I was like, no worries, like I got some stuff like that'll come up later. And then it just worked out. I'm like, yes, it's a Saturday, like perfect. So I'm super excited with that, and just kind of going with the flow.
That's good.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I saw a tweet that by, I think it was like Semix, but he had commented under it because he had said something about dream collabs, and he had said something like, oh, For Loco, and I saw that you were like, dude, that's my dream collab.
Yeah, literally.
Oh my God. I need you to explain what is up with your love for fucking Four Locos.
I have the best time, like when I drink them, dude. Like dead ass. Like I've had some pretty wild experiences.
Dude, I can't, like, I'm not gonna like say that I never wasn't on that Four Loco like train, because I definitely was. I get it. You know, back in the day, I even tried the ones like back in high school when it was like the OG ones.
The original formula?
Yeah, the fucking
kidney and liver.
Yeah, bro.
Deadly
right,
as hell.
It would just fuck you up terribly. But even then, even when we were partying, when we first met, we would all just drink Four Locos all the time.
That's the first, like, one of like.
We bonded over Four Locos.
I was like, you want some? Y'all, yeah. I was like, let's split it. I was like,
oh, hell yeah, dude.
This might be my homegirl forever. Like, nobody ever says yes to drinking Four Locos with me. But
it's because, dude, I get it. Because at the time when you're like young and broke, it gets the job done, bro. It's like a tall can. And this is before they had like buzz balls and what's the other one, beatbox, where like
seriously,
those at least taste a little bit better.
I'm a beatbox fucking hoe, dude. That's how I
bro,
go for it now.
He loves his beatboxes.
Hell yeah, that's my shit.
Beatboxes?
Two of them and I'm done.
Dude, I had 5.
3 of them, I'm acting a fool in a mosh pit.
See, me, I'm on that Cutwater game because, dude, the last time I had beatboxes, I was fucking yakking on the side of the road when I was leaving San Jose. So I was like, no, I can't.
You like the Cutwaters?
Yeah, dude, I fucking love Cutwaters. Dude, they're fucking bomb. Well, I like the tequila-based ones, obviously. Like, the Paloma, the Margaritas. Those are fucking bomb. I haven't tried the other ones. Like, actually, I think I tried the Mai Tai one, and it wasn't that bad.
I think I had the Mai Tai. Yes, I had it at Universal. I mean, it gets the job done, but it didn't have, like, the best, like, flavor.
Yeah, no, yeah. I like the margarita ones. They're super bomb. And they're, like, I think 14% or 12.
Damn. In that little can, too?
Yeah, bro. Dude, that's why, like, at KSX5, I was fucking lit, dude. I like, slammed 2, and then I think I shared one with Gio, so it was, like, 2.5, and then on top of that, inside, I had, like, doubles of, like, a margarita or something. I don't know. I was fucking lit. Dude, two Cutwaters, and I'm fucking drunk.
Damn, I need to... Shoot, I might drink me a Cutwater later.
They're pretty good, honestly, at least for me. I think you just have to find the flavor that kind of like... It kind of
resonates.
Yeah, it kind of just depends on what kind of mixed drinks you like. Because they have like Moscow Mule. They have one with like whiskey too, but I can't remember what it was.
Do they have variety packs?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They
get that later.
But I think like... Yeah, but I think the only variety pack they have right now is just like different margarita flavors. So I'm like, I don't know. But I know they have ones that it's like gin and tonic. And have you tried the ones that are like those bottles that's like on the rocks?
Oh yeah.
I've tried those.
Yeah, I had
Yeah, there's like a Cosmopolitan one.
Yeah, I had that one. It was
Dude, I had one that was like a spicy jalapeno margarita. Oh, it was so good.
It was good?
It was good.
Ugh.
Dude, I fucking love jalapeno margaritas though.
Those like jalapeno, like chili, any type of like chamoy type of drink. Like, I'm like, what? Like,
so good.
Sounds like a tummy ache.
No, I feel it. Cause low-key, it does like act up the acid reflux, but it's fucking bomb. For those, I don't mind it.
Just have Tums on deck.
Yeah, no, dude, that's when you know you're getting old, when you start carrying Tums around.
Tums is like lifesaver.
Bro, deadass, I'm not even kidding.
Dog, I had Tums in the trunk for like the longest, dude.
You gotta keep that shit on deck, dude.
No, literally.
Yeah. Oh my god, liquid IVs. Dude, at work, it's really funny because on the weekends sometimes I'll have a bucket by where we like clock out, and it's just like packs of liquid IV. I always take a handful. I'm like,
I would too.
I'm gonna need this weekend, thank you.
But yeah, no, I just Four Locos. I'm like, they just have my heart. I don't know why. Like I know like I'll grow out of it. Everybody says that. I'm like, nah. I've liked them since I was like 14.
I tried for like the longest. I don't remember when it was the last time where someone offered me one. And I think it was last year. And just the smell of it, I was like, no, I can't. I immediately wanted to yak. I think I've just had too many memories with it where I end up just like blacked out or yakking or something like that, where I just can't do it no more.
And I literally have told myself probably 100 times or more, like, why do I drink this? Like, I'm literally miserable the next day. But it was fun.
Because all the fucking sugar gives you the worst fucking hangover.
It was fun in the moment.
Yeah, that's my justification whenever I have like nights like that.
Literally,
if you ever have a collab with them, I'll just buy like the can and I'll just have it there. I won't drink it.
That is like, if you look at my messages to Four Loko,
like, bro, just collab.
Yes. And then during Christmas time, they reposted me, and I was like, yeah, how do I get sponsored? Like,
let's just, come on, bro. There's like, no one that goes harder for you than me.
Just keep bugging them. Cause
no, I know.
Do you know?
Yeah.
Do you know who Cade Fart is on Twitter?
Just like this with the Four Loko all the time.
So there's some random dude from Florida. He's like mainly in like that bass headbanger community, but he would constantly just post shit of Four Loko, and eventually Four Loko sent him like a
care package?
A care package.
That's it.
And I'm all like, bruh.
You just gotta constantly.
No, they literally are like, we're gonna have opportunities, like, for people to get sponsored soon or whatever. And I'm like, oh,
have you tried the Four Loko, like the liquor ones? Those that come in bottles?
Yes. I don't remember if I liked it or not, but I probably didn't. But I definitely blacked out after.
Clearly, because you don't remember if you liked them or not.
I was drinking like a bunch of other stuff, and then one of my homegirls was like, "You want some?" I'm like, "You bought this?"
Nah, bro, those seem deadly.
No, I mean, I'll stick to the cans. Because I'm like, seriously, if you do want to try a Four Loko again, anybody, get it with Cactus Cooler.
I've heard that.
It's fire. It's fire.
Oh, no, dog. No, dog. I can't.
It's so good. Cactus Cooler Gold Four Loko.
Oh, the gold one. Oh no.
Yeah, the gold one. When I turned 21, she got me 21.
That's so funny.
Gold.
I think I remember that. I think I remember seeing that. Oh, that's gross. I can't do that.
It took me a hot minute to finish them because I would just stare at them.
Yeah, I was just about to ask, in one sitting? Because shit. In one sitting? Yeah,
a year? Oh, okay.
No, I think the most that I've drank in a night was like three to 5.
Dude, I remember I would drink 2 in a night, and I'm like, what is wrong with me?
Yeah, I drank 3 to 5 on my 19th birthday.
Yeah, no, fuck that.
Literally.
Oops. Besides For Loko, though, like, what other collabs do you have, like, dream collabs?
Like, with artists?
Yeah. Or, like, anything, honestly.
Anything? I don't know. Like, with, like, brands, I think just Four Loko, because... Four Loko, but, like...
You heard it here first.
Four Loko.
You're her dream collab. Let's make it happen.
But with artist-wise, I think just, like, any of my homies, I feel like it'd be super cool to just put both of our sounds together. Like, especially, like, Zemix, like, we've been trying to come up with something, like, trap and house.
That'd be interesting.
Definitely. But I know it can work for sure. But just all of my friends, for sure, I could say that, like, especially Murder Weapon.
Oh, I love them. They're my boys.
Especially them. There's just too many people, but I would say my friends for sure first, just because they're all so talented. Like, it's kind of crazy, but I don't really have any specific people.
That's cool though.
Just other than my friends for now.
No, but I like that because it's kind of like me with this. Like, I kind of just invite my friends first.
Yeah, like what I mean, if I was in the same shoes as you, I would definitely do the same thing.
Yeah, I've been having fun with everyone just coming on here as a homies.
Chit chatting.
Yeah, just shooting the shit.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, I know you've had, you know, your own struggles with, like, being in this industry for sure. Mm-hmm. But, like, for you, what would you say has probably been, like, the hardest?
Probably not being taken, like, seriously. Mm-hmm. I think that's, like, the only thing that I've ever, like, had to deal with. It's just, I'm so over being, like, the only girl, like, on these lineups. And just no girls being on any of these lineups sometimes. Mm-hmm. It's just, I'm like, what? Like, I don't want to go see a bunch of guys, like, like straight up. Like, we're like, where are the ladies at? Yeah. Like, you, like, at least have one or two. Like, it just kind of, like, irks me when I see these lineups and there's no females. I'm like, and I know there's the girls out there, like, yeah, you're just not choosing to go and, like, book them, or who knows, maybe they are and they're like, they can't do it or something. Mm-hmm. I don't know the behind the scenes stuff, but it just, that's the only thing I could definitely say is just, like, if I, like, even with, like, just, like, my new mix, like, sending it to some of my homies or people that I know, they're just like, okay. Or, like, even with, like, with just shows too, like, I feel like it's like they want to book me, but they're like, something, I'm like, is it, like, what could it be? Yeah. Like, I don't know, but I just want to see more girls on the lineups. Like,
no, yeah, sure. And it's been a topic of conversation before. Like, I see Vanessa always talking about it. And also just, like, because people will be like, oh, we should have more, like, all-female lineups and internet. And she's like, well, it doesn't even have to just come to that, you know? It's just more female inclusion in general. You know, like, why does it there only have to be, like, an all-female lineup when it's, like, oh, ladies' nights or whatever, or, yeah, you know, like, this is just an all-girls lineup. Why does it have to be like that instead of just, like, actually adding more women into the mix in general? Because when you look at lineups, sometimes it's, like 90% guys and, like, maybe 10% girls.
Yeah. Just, like, it's 2023. Like, the girls are going to take over anyway, so just, like, let them have their... Like, let us have our time. Like, just give us a chance. Like, I'm sure we're a little better anyways. Like, like, dead ass. Like,
they do say women usually do it best.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, but I feel like, like I said, it's not a new topic of conversation, but it's definitely one that still has to be, like, brought up, like, in that. But also just not even just women, but also just women of color, too.
Yeah, that which you don't see on lineups either. And I mean, I've never, like, personally, like, dealt with anything that had to do or been involved in anything that had to do with my race in this industry, luckily. But I'm sure, like, people have had their struggles and it just sucks. But I mean, again, it's 2023. Yeah. Like, I just wish that people, like, just viewed things differently and just gave people a chance. Like, literally, like, girls, like I said, girls just do it better. Like, they bring a whole new flavor. Like, if I was, like, not an artist and I wanted to go to a show and there was girls there, not just because it's me, but I just feel like it would be anyone, like, oh my God, it's a girl DJ. Like, let's see what she's, like, gonna be about. Like, let's see how she is. Like, I just think it's more, like, appealing. Like, come on, like... But like I said, I haven't had an experience.
That's good, though.
Which is, I mean, maybe I have. Maybe it was...
You just, like, didn't even notice.
Yeah, like, I'm just so...
I mean, regardless, just, I mean, I'm happy that, at least for the most part, like, you could have it, to your knowledge anyways.
Yeah, I mean, but not that I know of.
But it's definitely, like, I hope that, you know, this... It sucks because it's a topic that just keeps going, like, in circles and circles, but half the time still nothing gets done, and I hope eventually we come to a point where something can be done about it. Because just, like, and I've said it before on this platform, just, like, women in general and women of color just need to be able to take up space in any fucking industry, because there are so many women of color who are so good at what they do. And if people just can get over their fucking shit and just like allow them to thrive, we can all just be happier, bro.
Yeah, I think it's just the way that I view things too. Like ever since I was little, like I just am like, I am mixed, but and so, you know, sometimes like people are like, you're so much more white than you are black. Like I'm like, no, I'm mixed. But I've just never viewed it as like I never take anything to the heart, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I know what I am. Like I'm both. Like,
Yeah.
Like you want to say anything like I'm too dark for like it's hard though when I am on certain sides of my family. It's just like I kind of don't feel like I fit in. But I've never like if anybody said anything to me, it just never like really hurt me, I guess.
That's good.
It's because I've like always just been like trained, I guess. Like not trained, but in my head I just like, you know what, like I'm just me. Like,
no, but that's good because that just shows that like you're very secure in who you are, and you know like this is who I am, this is what I stand for, and nothing your critics or judgment or whatever can change my mind about that. And it's not going to change anything about myself, and that's good too. I feel like I get that too, but in kind of in a different way, because like, you know, being Mexican but also being born here.
Yeah.
Like when I go, like when I've gone to Mexico, or like even if you talk to certain people from here who were born there, it's like you're not Mexican enough for some Mexicans, but you're like too American. Like you're too American for them, but then you're too Mexican for the Americans here. Like it's like,
yeah,
just being a person of color in general. Like you have your own battles, like you like being mixed and all that. And I for sure like validate that too. But it's good that you have a good head on your shoulders in the sense that like you know who you are. So anything that other people can say, like it doesn't even faze you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure if when the time comes or if it ever comes up and somebody does say something to me or like just like down the line, if somebody says anything about my race or anything on like social media or comes at me crazy, like I'm sure it'll hurt. Like of course it's gonna
No, of course.
It's gonna hurt a bit, but I'm also just like, that's your problem.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, like, when people project shit onto you or, like, talk shit to you, a lot of times it's just a projection of their own insecurities and, like, their own bullshit and just, like, shit that they have going on. So at the end of the day, like, all you can do is just, like, block it out, wish them well, wish them healing, and that's about it. Because, like, that's kind of how I deal with it whenever I deal with any kind of conflict or people just, like, talking shit about me who don't even fucking know me.
Yeah, I mean, like really, like if it, like I said, if it came up, it would definitely hurt. But
yeah, because at the end of the day, like it hurts no matter what. Like when people say anything about you.
For sure.
You just gotta keep in mind that, I mean, the way I view it in like a fighting type of scenario. Like I view it as a cheap shot. If people always go for your race or your gender or whatever, I always look at it as a cheap shot. Because one, it's like, dude, first of all, I didn't ask to come into this world, first and foremost. And then second, I didn't, at the you know, beginning of this, I didn't say, oh, I'm going to be this, that, and the third. Like, dude, you're born the way you're born. And if you're going to go after someone for that, then you got to do better.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Do better.
Like if that's been a reason why, you know, maybe I haven't gotten booked or this and that. Okay, on to the next. Like again, that's your problem.
Yeah.
And I guess it's best
loss.
that way because you only want to associate with people that way.
Yeah, exactly.
If they're going to be gatekeeping by those metrics, then those are people you don't want to surround yourself around with.
Yeah, definitely. I'm like, cool. All right, next. Literally.
Nah, but that's good. For the most part, like, I'm happy that you've been able to kind of cultivate, you know, such a good support system because I think that's so important for anybody in not only just this industry, but just in life in general. Like, anyone that's listened to this knows that I advocate, you know, having a strong village and a strong system around you no matter what. So it's good that you have that and that you've built, like, a very strong mind to where, like, you can handle all kinds of situations if they do come.
I mean, I do have my moments, of course.
No, and dude, that's anybody. Oh yeah, dude. Like you hit me up all the time for advice, and I always tell you, I'm like, no matter what, you're allowed to feel everything that you're feeling. Those feelings are valid. never gonna tell you that they're not. It's just kind of how you move forward from that, you know, and not just dwell in it, because that's the worst thing that you can do.
Yeah, and just even with like my past and just being sick and stuff, I'm like, I'm not gonna dwell on it. Like, if I dwell on like, oh, me being sick at the time and oh, I had cancer, oh, I literally wouldn't be able to move on with my life. Like, I'd just be super anxious all the time, like super depressed, like, and it's not even worth it for me.
No, yeah, for sure.
That's why I've been doing a lot better, not dwelling on things, just kind of letting things go, like letting friendships go.
Yeah, and sometimes you kind of have to, and then you kind of just have to wish them well.
Yeah.
And just keep them moving.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always gonna, like, you know, care about people who've come and go in my life.
No, yeah, same. Like, I'm always have a spot in my heart for the people that have come through my life who made an impact on my life at that time in my life. Yeah. But at the same time, like, you kind of do just outgrow people sometimes. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, people kind of just end up being in different tiers of your life, and you just accept that for what it is.
Yeah.
But
it sucks, but it's life.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I guess people come and go too, which
yeah,
sucks,
but it also makes room for like new people to come into your life and like good things to come into your life. So that's kind of just always the silver lining that I see with it.
I definitely agree. So many of my like mutual friends and just people that like I'm connected with or somehow we know each other. A lot of people have just been coming into my life, and it's just super like refreshing.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, like. Like out with the old, in with the new. Like, yeah. I've met so many new, like, made so many new friends, and have just been meeting like such like just hidden gems of like people. Like, people are sleeping on like my friends.
Yeah,
and, like,
dude, that happens. Trust me, like lucky. Like I've said, I've gone through like a lot of my own hardships where I've lost people, but I've always ended up gaining like better things into my life. So for that, I'm always grateful for. Yeah. But for the most part, what are you excited for? Kind of like for this year.
New experiences, new music, hopefully, you know, growing like my audience. I have a lot of supporters. Like, it's ridiculous. It's crazy. Like, even just like my family and friends, like coworkers, like who ask me every week, you having a show? So when I had this show that I got booked for in March, they were like, it's a Saturday, we're requesting it off, like we're gonna be there, and I'm like, oh, that's super cool. But I definitely want to just, you know, get more of an audience and just put myself out there again. I was super quiet and just I took a really long break that I'm never gonna do again. It was nice, and you know, of course, if I need to focus on my mental, I will. But I'm just super excited for more shows and more music and just hopefully getting to meet new people and just make memories with the people that I have in my life now.
Yeah, and I'm excited for us because we're all going to be at Coachella this year.
Yes, I'm so excited.
So new memories, new vibes, new energy. So I'm excited. But this has been a lot of fun. We'll have to cut it, unfortunately, but definitely have you on again because this is actually pretty fun. Thanks. Like, I mean, I already knew it was going to be fun. Yeah. But I feel like with us, it's always pretty easy to talk to, and I hope that someone got something out of this, because I sure did.
Yeah, hopefully I wasn't talking in circles.
Nah, bro, I be talking in circles on this thing all the time. So if it's okay if I do it, it's okay if other people do it. But you didn't. And so everyone go check her out. I'm going to link all her stuff below in the little description box. Also, go to her show March 18th if you're in the OC area Legacy or in the LA area. Definitely go, and I'm excited for you. I really am, and I'm really proud of you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for staying by our side. We absolutely adore you.
Aw, dude, I love you too.
Like, literally, we've had so many friends come and go, but we know you're a solid one, and we're so excited to make more memories with you. Like, literally, you already know how I feel about you. That's why I literally will text you randomly, like, you are just like a ray of sunshine.
I like, cry. Girl, this is about you. She's amazing.
No, I know, but this is your.
I know,
this
but
is your thing.
She's amazing too, guys. And like I said, please support her because honestly, she's an amazing person. And all I ever want is for my friends to succeed, and that's all I can really ask.
So excited for this to blow up and for this, project of ours.
I'm gonna cry. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up before we all start like really crying.
I'm dead. Thank you.
All right, guys. All right, I love y'all. Have a good one, and like I said, support her, subscribe, comment, all the things. So. Bye, guys.
Wedding coming soon.
That was Pvndora and Lynn Lopez, ladies and gentlemen, and we are out.